The Christian Fellowship Breakfast began in 1967. Roy Beamer, a Northwestern insurance representative, organized a dozen like-minded people in advance of the company's annual meeting. The gathering was repeated each summer. More joined. Talented, energetic, and imaginative leaders began to participate in planning and in leading the gatherings, forming a community that impacted people's lives. By the early 1980s, the Christian Fellowship Breakfast had grown, and organizers began holding the breakfast at large downtown Milwaukee hotels. Leadership moved towards a focus on outreach and the building of authentic community. Leading participants served in key organizational roles as the breakfast continued to grow. Innovations, such as a move to the Wisconsin Center Convention Facility, presentation technology, table hosts, and participation by key representatives and managing partners fueled growth.
I've been coming to Christian Fellowship Breakfast for many years. As a financial rep, I just went with managing partner. When I was a managing director, I had a table. The next year, we had 4 tables, 1 on the front row. Next year, 5 tables, and then every year then, it's been 6 tables. It's about standing up so people in your network know what your values are.
By the year 2000, the Christian Fellowship Breakfast expanded beyond the annual meeting in Milwaukee, organizing regional gatherings across the nation. Noted speakers such as Ben Carson, Ken Blanchard, Miss America Heather Whitestone, Dan Reeves, Foster Fries, and John Gordon brought energy, celebrity, and faithful witness to the events.
The Christian Fellowship Breakfast is an opportunity for people in the business world to gather together to honor their Creator God.
Welcome this morning to the Christian Fellowship Breakfast.
The Christian Fellowship Breakfast is an opportunity for people to get together in a great environment and learn and share their faith.
This is really unique. I mean, we'll have close to 2,000 people attend the Christian Fellowship Breakfast.
I think we all want to belong to a community of like-minded people, people who want to continue to grow and develop, and in our case, it's in our faith.
The breakfast is an opportunity for believers to invite unbelievers to hear the gospel in a non-threatening way, in a really class setting, with good food and great music.
I'd been coaching Nisu for a couple of years. He was in one of those natural slowdown that we all hit, and I remember he asked the question, he said, "What do you do when you feel this way?"
Mike invited me to a breakfast. I go there for the free food. I remember the speaker talking about the longing that we feel in our hearts, and the only thing that could fulfill it was God's love. And it just made so much sense.
It's this amazing gathering of believers and non-believers across the country. I was just so fired up to get to be a part of it.
They really do want to make an impact on people.
The Christian Breakfast is great because it keeps, again, people grounded to something bigger than just what they do.
There's music, there's breakfast, and there's a great message, always a really positive message.
Our thing at the Christian Fellowship Breakfast is we just want to build that connection.
It's huge, and it's a reflection of who you are.
Today, the Christian Fellowship Breakfast is growing beyond events, forming authentic communities. Across the nation, organizers and participants are forming faith-based, interdependent communities at work, in homes, and through weekly conference calls and special gatherings.
We could have people in Washington State, in Florida, in Pennsylvania, in all over the country, where there could be some kind of teaching that would help them in their walk getting closer to Christ. That to me is just thrilling.
We want to grow it, and I think there's ways to grow it, and there's ways to branch out.
There is such a need for community. I think that if we were a little intentional, we could form a community, a bond of believers all across the nation.
We are praying together as a group, even though we're in 30, 40 different states.
That level of another set of community, that when you run into these same people, to know that you've got those friends even one step deeper is really, really neat.
How do we get community out of a group of independent entrepreneurial thinkers? Well, there's a commonality.
It's this
a community of people that are participating together, and it's just beautiful to see.